All right, I'm recording this video at about, 2 a.m. This was an insane night of fights. If you're a boxing fan, you had the fight that everybody was looking forward to, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. And if you're a UFC fan, the battle for the BMF belt, Battle of the Austins, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. This was a great night of fights, to say the absolute least. Every fight that I saw tonight was amazing. I can't remember a single boring fight that came on tonight. That is because I spent the majority of my time watching the UFC card, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. What a fight. That fight was incredible, and maybe part of the reason I'm saying that is because I'm such a Bud Crawford fan, especially in comparison to Errol Spence. I think Bud did exactly what I and a lot of other boxing fans thought he was going to do. At the end of the day, when it's puncher versus boxer, I know that's not a great comparison to make here because Errol Spence is a very skilled and talented boxer. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at what sticks out in terms of the two guys that were in the ring, one guy is a little more skilled technically, and one guy is bigger and a bigger puncher. At the end of the day, the story always writes itself. The technical guy is able to execute on the openings that are left by the guy who is the more powerful puncher, and that's the fight. That's exactly what happened. In the first round, the pressure of Errol Spence was on full display. He was looking to take complete control of the ring and just kind of outspace Bud Crawford, which he was able to do successfully. And it's always tough to gauge the first round. Super high-level guys, typically, when you think of Floyd, you think of even today, Tank Davis, they take the first round to take in the data. And then once they have the data from the first one, maybe two rounds, then they go to work. And that is what Bud did. He started going to work. He started capitalizing off of all the openings that were left by Errol Spence. And the thing about Bud that really sticks out to me is that he's able to find a perfect balance between going for the kill and staying composed. We saw that in the second round pretty much right away. He got the knockdown and then immediately put the pressure on him and then took the pressure off as to not get caught coming in. It's some genius level of boxing that we see from him. He spent the majority of this fight in southpaw, but that's the crazy thing about this. He's naturally right-handed. The guy was able to go out there for the entire fight in his opposite stance. I mean, I know he's really a switch hitter, but still. Errol Spence landed some big shots in this one, but I think one of the key differences, and this isn't to make any excuses, but Errol Spence has been pretty vocal about the fact that if he were to win this fight and then they were to rematch, he would want that at 154. The guy does not prefer fighting at 147. And Bud is a guy who started his career at 135. So him being at 147 now, he is a lot more hydrated. He's more of his full self in there. The fight after the second round just continued to play out in a similar fashion, except they got exceedingly difficult for Errol Spence to handle the damage that was coming his way. In the mid-rounds, you could see it on his face. He was wearing the punches. The guy looked like he had been in a fight, whereas Bud Crawford just looked like Bud Crawford. Watching how Crawford was able to make the absolute most out of all the angles and all the openings that were able to come his way, it made me remember this iconic line that he used in the pre-fight press conference. On TV, Terrence Crawford looks one way, but when you're in the ring with him, it's all three of them. Absolutely incredible boxing. I'm interested to see what happens next. I know that both guys had a rematch clause, but Errol Spence, he just got beat up in there. I don't know if he really wants to do that all over again. I think maybe it makes more sense for him to, take time off, fight someone else. I mean, go up to 154. I don't know that that's really a fight that he needs to get back. And for Crawford, I really don't know what's next for Crawford. I know the guy there's more money to be made, but he is set for life. And now he's 40-0, the first ever male two-division undisputed champion in boxing. His legacy set in stone. The only thing I could see him chasing now is maybe try to get to 50, start a conversation between him and Floyd. But outside of that, I mean, the guy's legacy is set in stone as one of the greatest welterweights of all time. He's going to change very few minds if he wants to leapfrog a Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather in that GOAT conversation. So, yeah, at this point, I honestly think he should probably hang it up. But I had a lot of fun watching this fight. And if these guys want to do it all over again and maybe even a trilogy down the line, I wouldn't mind watching it. Like the video if you like the video. Please subscribe. And thanks for watching.